One of the greatest sorrows of Dolly Parton's life was her inability to have children. For many years, she and her husband, Carl Thomas Dean, had wanted to have children, but health problems prevented her from realizing her dream of motherhood. Dolly once shared that, when she was young, she imagined herself having a large family with many children. However, in the 1980s, she had to undergo hysterectomy due to health problems, which ended her hopes of having children. Dolly has not hidden her pain when talking about her inability to be a mother. She has admitted that for a long time, she felt empty and miserable because she could not have children. However, instead of letting this sadness define her life, Dolly chose to turn her love and care for children into a motivation to contribute to the community. She founded the charity Imagination Library, which provides free books to children across the United States and many other countries, bringing joy and knowledge to millions of children. Dolly grew up in a poor family with 12 siblings, and her family has always been the biggest inspiration for her music. However, the loss of loved ones left her with deep wounds. Dolly once shared that the loss of her siblings and parents was something she could hardly overcome, but it also helped her appreciate the value of family and life more. Dolly began her musical career at a very young age. Growing up in a poor family in the mountains of Tennessee, she soon showed her musical talent and passion for songwriting. At the age of 10, Dolly performed on local radio shows, and at 13, she recorded her first single. In 1964, shortly after graduating from high school, Dolly moved to Nashville to pursue her musical dreams. There, she began working as a songwriter for other artists. Her early songs, such as Put It Off Until Tomorrow and Fuel to the Flame, became huge hits, opening the door for her solo career. Dolly's career really took off when she teamed up with Porter Wagoner on his television show in 1967. The pair released several hit songs, but more importantly, the show introduced Dolly to a large audience. In 1971, Dolly released the song Joshua, which reached #1 on the country charts. Since then, she has released hits like Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and I Will Always Love You. These songs not only captivated audiences, but also affirmed Dolly's position as one of the leading artists in country music. Dolly did not limit herself to country music. In the late 1970s, she decided to expand her musical style to pop music, with the album Here You Come Again, 1977. This album was not only a huge success, but also earned her her first Grammy Award. In addition to music, Dolly also participated in acting and achieved great success. She appeared in famous films such as 9 to 5, 1980, and Steel Magnolias, 1989, showing her versatile talent. Dolly Parton has received numerous awards in her career, including 11 Grammy Awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award, 50 Grammy nominations, making her one of the most nominated artists in history, 10 CMA, Country Music Association, awards, including Artist of the Year, 7 ACM, Academy of Country Music Awards. Music records. Dolly has released more than 50 studio albums, with more than 100 songs charting on the country music charts. She is the only female artist to have a #1 country song in 6 consecutive decades. More than just a musical artist, Dolly is a cultural icon and an inspiration to millions. Her talent, humor, and philanthropy have made her a beloved figure around the world. Dolly has given back to the community through her charitable work. Her Imagination Library has provided more than 100 million free books to children. She is also involved in many projects related to education, health, and the environment. Dolly Parton met Carl Thomas Dean in 1964, when she was just 18 years old. Carl, then a young man working in the asphalt industry, was immediately drawn to Dolly's charm and personality. The two married in 1966, and since then, they have maintained a lasting marriage that has lasted more than 50 years, a rarity in the entertainment industry. Dolly has often expressed that Carl is the greatest source of motivation in her life. Although Carl rarely appears in public, he always supports his wife in every decision. Dolly once shared, "Carl is a man who loves me for who I am, not for fame or money." One of the factors that help their marriage last is mutual respect and the ability to maintain privacy. Carl chose to live a simple life, away from the spotlight of showbiz, while Dolly continued to shine on stage. They always make time for each other, despite Dolly's busy schedule. Dolly Parton and Carl Thomas Dean, despite being married for more than half a century, have no biological children. This is one of Dolly's biggest regrets in life. She once shared that when she was young, that she always imagined having a large family with many children. However, health problems in the 1980s forced her to undergo a hysterectomy, ending her hopes of having children. Dolly once said, "When I learned that I could not be a mother, I was very sad. I felt empty, and there were times when I did not know how to face this pain." However, instead of letting sadness overwhelm her, she chose to turn her love for children into a motivation to contribute to the community. Since then, she has considered all the children she has helped through charity activities as her spiritual children. Love for her grandchildren. Although she has no biological children, Dolly has always been a great aunt to her grandchildren. She especially loved her siblings' children and often referred to them as "my children." Dolly always made sure that her grandchildren received the love and support that she could not give her own children. To make up for her inability to be a mother, Dolly founded the famous charity Imagination Library. The organization has provided millions of free books to children across the United States and many other countries. Dolly has said that helping children access education is how she feels like a mother on a larger scale. Dolly Parton's devoted husband, Carl Thomas Dean, is a prominent figure in her life, although he has always avoided the media spotlight. As Dolly's companion of more than 50 years, Carl has been not only her partner, but also her biggest supporter through both the best and the worst times. Carl has always shown understanding and sympathy when Dolly faced the inability to have children. In many interviews, Dolly shared that Carl never made her feel inadequate because she could not be a mother. Instead, he always encouraged her that they could find joy and meaning in life in many other ways. Carl once told friends that he loved Dolly not only because she was a talented artist, but also because she was a strong, kind, and compassionate woman. He was always proud of what Dolly had done, especially how she used her sadness to bring happiness and knowledge to millions of children through the Imagination Library. Carl was always by Dolly's side, even in the most difficult times. When she faced serious health problems or felt the pressure of fame, he was the one who encouraged her and kept her strong. Dolly once shared, "Carl is the one who makes me feel like I'm still a normal girl. He doesn't care about my fame or money, and that's what makes me love him forever." Dolly Parton was born into a poor family in Sevier County, Tennessee, but that didn't stop her from dreaming of becoming a big artist. From an early age, Dolly showed her musical talent and began performing at local churches. At the age of 10, she made her first appearance on a local radio show, and at the age of 13, she recorded her first single, "Puppy Love." After graduating from high school, Dolly moved to Nashville to pursue her musical dreams. There, she began her career as a songwriter for other artists. Her first songs quickly achieved success and were performed by many big artists, helping her build a name in the industry. In 1967, Dolly joined Porter Wagoner, a big star in country music at the time, on the television show. The pair not only collaborated musically, but also became close friends. With Porter's help, Dolly released her first albums and quickly achieved success with songs like "Dumb Blonde" and "Something Fishy." In 1971, Her song Joshua topped the country charts, marking a major turning point in her career. From there, Dolly continued to release hits like Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and I Will Always Love You, cementing her position as one of the best artists in country music. Dolly did not limit herself to country music. In 1977, she released the album Here You Come Again, which blended pop and country. The album was not only a huge commercial success, but also won her first Grammy Award. The marriage between Dolly Parton and Carl Thomas Dean is one of the most enduring and admirable relationships in the entertainment industry. Married in 1966, when Dolly was just 20 years old, Carl and Dolly have maintained a happy and lasting relationship for more than 50 years, despite the pressures of fame and career. Carl has always chosen to live a simple life, away from the glitz of showbiz. Although he has not appeared in public, he has always silently supported Dolly, helping her stay strong during the most difficult times. Dolly once shared, "Carl is the one who keeps my feet on the ground. He reminds me that no matter how famous I am still just Dolly." One of the factors that helps Dolly and Carl's marriage last is mutual respect. Carl has always supported Dolly's career, while Dolly has never forced her husband to participate in public events. She once joked that Carl wasn't her biggest fan of her music, but he was her biggest fan. Carl always maintained a good relationship with Dolly.